And that's where we find our Carl Winter, who is standing by live for us ahead of the vice president's visit today. Carl.
Nina, the Harris-Walz ticket is hitting Northeast Wisconsin hard this week. Governor Walz here in Green Bay Monday, and the vice president on her way to Green Bay right now. She is scheduled to speak here in front of a full house at the Resch Expo in a little more than 1 hour. Now, the line of supporters to get into the building earlier stretched down Oneida Street, the full length of the Packers practice facilities. And when I asked the supporters their biggest issue for this election, their answer was actually similar to Donald Trump supporters: the economy. They just believe Harris will address the issue better than Trump. One supporter says she's glad Vice President Harris is in Northeast Wisconsin for the second time since becoming the Democratic nominee. Here's what some of the folks in line had to say.
Hillary didn't come here at all in 2016, and that didn't work out so well for her, so maybe that. I don't know. It's definitely always been a swing state.
I'm voting for Kamala Harris because I'm worried about the state of our country. And if we want to make America great again, we need to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz.
I got a sign in my front yard that says, "It ain't hate that makes America great."
Some of the Harris supporters putting their own spin on Donald Trump's campaign slogan there. Now here in the building, we're hearing a little more about the pre-program. Democratic Senate candidate Kristen Lyerly will be among the speakers before Vice President Harris, as well as Democratic Party of Wisconsin Chair Ben Wickler. We'll keep you updated throughout the evening. Live in the Resch Expo, Carl Winter, NBC 26.
Carl, thank you. In response to Harris's visit, the Republican Party of Brown County sent this station to NBC 26, saying, quote, Kamala Harris's radical San Francisco agenda is out of step with common sense Northeast Wisconsin values, and recent polls are showing it. After 3.5 years in office, she still won't take responsibility for inflation, the border, or rising crime. Yet she wants us to believe that if we re-elect her, she'll fix the very problems her policies caused. The Republican approach prioritizes the everyday needs of our community and will deliver freedom and prosperity. Welcome back. As we wait for Vice President Kamala Harris to take the stage at a rally at the Resch Center, we check in with Carl Winter, who is standing by live tonight. Hey, Carl.
Hey everyone, checking in live here from the Resch Expo, and it's a capacity crowd here. Folks are being turned away outside. Now, important to mention, they're taking up about half of the Resch Expo here, not the entire building, but definitely a full house in anticipation of Vice President Kamala Harris's visit. Now, 3 speakers have taken the stage so far here today. We're kind of taking a break right now. Democratic Party of Wisconsin Chairman Ben Wickler talked. Democratic congressional candidate Kristen Lyerly has already spoken, as well as a local tribal leader. One more speaker scheduled here in the pre-program docket. That's a local union leader, and then Vice President Harris after that. We'll keep you updated here from the Resch Center, or you hear from the Resch Expo, live in Ashwaubenon. On Carl Winter, NBC 26. The week before early voting begins here in Wisconsin, the Democratic presidential ticket making 2 stops in Green Bay. Governor Tim Walz Monday and Vice President Kamala Harris Thursday.
In front of a capacity crowd of around 4,000 at the Resch Expo, though about half the building was used, Harris began her speech with how close the election will be, a 1-point margin or dead heat in recent polls, slammed her opponent's recent rhetoric about January 6th, and presented her plans for what she calls an opportunity economy and supporting small businesses.
We know this election is about 2 very different visions for our country. One that is focused on the past, his, and ours that is focused on the future.
4 speakers preceded the vice president: Democratic Party of Wisconsin Chair Ben Wickler,
here in the state, the land of the nail biter,
local tribal leader Shannon Holsey,
let's work every day to win this election,
congressional candidate Dr. Kristen Lyerly.
As a community and as a country, we are at a crossroads.
And local union leader Jim Ritterbusch.
That's why in November, my union brothers and sisters will work hard and across the country to defeat Donald Trump.
Supporters in line outside the rally said the main reasons they plan to vote for Harris are...
Number one, the economy. If you've been paying attention to the economy for the past 20 years, you'll know that Democrats are better for the economy.
Well, like everybody, I'm concerned about the economy, women's reproductive rights, women's rights, and period.
In her remarks, Harris forcefully responded to the second point.
one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do.
Wisconsin's Republican Party responded to Harris' visit with criticism of her economic policy, writing in part, quote, "This November it will be her failed record and delusional detachment from the harsh realities facing working families that cost Kamala Harris the presidency," unquote.
Vice President Harris did not take questions from reporters, but she did note Thursday marks 19 days until Election Day. Friday marks 18 days. In Ashwaubenon, Carl Winter, NBC 26.